Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Matt.
And we're from HireWindow, and today we're talking about how students can boost their employability over the summer.
We are.
Matt, first of all, what are some of the things beyond experience and education that recruiters might look towards to see if someone's employable?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously the big thing that people think about for employability is summer internships, work experience. If we're looking beyond that, there's a few things that I might tend to focus on. You've got another obvious option of obviously volunteering, and that's a very broad field, because you could be volunteering abroad, helping to build a village, that kind of classic summer thing that a lot of students do, which is also a great thing to do. That helps. You've got obviously volunteering more locally as well with charities. But alongside that kind of obvious choice, you've got a couple of other options these days that are kind of available to, I guess, students in a way that perhaps they weren't 10 or 15 years ago. For anyone in a technology-focused role, you've got a great chunk of time over the summer to potentially focus on building a personal project, right? So if you are, let's take computer science as an example. If you're studying computer science, why not build a web app just in your spare time, sort of add to that portfolio. Same kind of goes of stuff that you can do in other degree subjects. Just think about how can I build a bit of like a mini personal portfolio almost. More difficult if you are studying biology, for example, because it's not like you're going to start doing lab work by yourself at home or whatever it is. But there's always options there. And then the third answer to that question around building employability, if you aren't in an internship or working somewhere, is there's now a huge range of learning opportunities available online with platforms like Coursera and Udacity and Udemy, Skillshare. The list goes on and on and on and on, where you've got either completely free or hugely affordable ways to build your knowledge and your skill set with relation to professional roles, and loads of stuff that you'll be able to complete really easy over the course of a 2 or 3 month summer. So there's definitely options there if you haven't landed that internship to make sure that you are improving your employability.
And why is it important, do you think, for students to think about their employability? Because they've worked hard through the academic year. It can be quite easy and tempting, I suppose, to just have a jolly, relax, chat with your friends. But why should they think about doing this?
So I think first of all, it is important to take a bit of time to relax. Especially if you've just gone through the process of exams and revision, coursework deadlines. It's important to take a bit of a break because you don't want to exhaust yourself. Take a holiday, take a bit of time off. I guess the reason to think about your employability more broadly is it's hugely competitive out there to find that graduate level job. There's nothing inherently wrong with spending the summer having a part-time job. You sort of back home to earn some money. That's also fun. That's not really kind of an issue. But actually, alongside that, you can improve your employability. And I guess it becomes a bit of a case as to why not in a strange kind of way. If what you're looking to do is to land that graduate job, to land the internship next year, to sort of break into the career that you're really looking to go into, you just have to do everything in your power to make sure that you're standing out from the crowd. And there are things that you can do that are either very accessible, very cheap, or very easy to get your head around. Probably easier than you might think. That really help you in that way. So it just becomes about helping yourself stand out from the crowd more than anything else.
So you talked about maybe like volunteering, that type of thing. What is it from, say, volunteering for a month now in a different country doing a project? What is it in something like that increases your employability? I guess it's transferable skills, that type of thing?
Yes, it's transferable skills, and generally it's going to be soft skills, right? Because if you are, for example, volunteering in a place where you are helping restore an ecosystem or build villages or wells, some of these kind of really classic volunteering opportunities, unless that is what you're doing as a career, it's not going to be the hard skills that you take from that. It's going to be the teamwork, the organisation. It is going to be the kind of the sense of having sort of a global sense as well is really important. A lot of big organisations these days, they look for candidates who are internationally minded. So it's all of those soft skills that come through from it really. yeah, it's not going to be necessarily what you learn. Although there's going to be opportunities out there if you do a bit of digging to perhaps do both at the same time. You know, I can guarantee, I don't know off the top of my head, but I can guarantee there are opportunities to, coming back to the computer science example, I can guarantee there are opportunities to volunteer time coding for charities, for developing communities, developing countries. So you can probably do both. But if you are in a volunteer opportunity that isn't really related to the career you want to go into, yeah, it's all about those soft skills and what you bring through from that.
You mentioned those soft skills and then hard skills. For someone watching that maybe doesn't quite know the difference, or what you mean by that, can you explain?
Yeah, so I mean, a soft skill is kind of a weird term, right? But it's more of the skills that help you succeed within an organisation, the stuff that you can't necessarily quantify on paper. So you're talking teamwork, resilience, social skills. It is basically more than anything managing yourself and managing yourself, I guess, within a team, as well as how you get on with people and how you look after yourself from a mental perspective. Then hard skills are more like, I know this software, I have this qualification. Basically, imagine a soft skill you can't put a certificate on. A hard skill you can likely get a certificate in, if that makes sense.
So the hard skill is what you can do, the soft skill is almost how you do it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And finally, Matt, if a student is applying for a job, doing the CV interviews, how can they use these employability skills that they've developed over the summer how can they emphasise those in a CV or at an interview?
So first port of call is to look at the organisation, figure out what it is that they're after from a soft skill and a hard skill perspective, and make sure that you are highlighting that experience within the CV, within your covering letter, within your application, whatever it is. We've spoken in the past about creating a skeleton CV that you then edit that 10-20% for every job that you apply to, and that's where this comes in. You know, looking at the career site, looking at the job spec, looking at what the company is publicly saying about their values and the type of people that work there, bringing out that experience in your CV, and as I say, in your application. So it completely depends on the role, but it just becomes about that. It just becomes about giving yourself more examples to draw on when it comes to actually providing those examples.
Great. Well, hope you found that useful. And if you're a STEM student looking for an internship this summer or looking for your perfect fit grad job, sign up at HireWindow.com.
Thanks, guys.